Hey YouTube, and thank you for watching Junkworks
Well,
DIY
here's
Garage.
my next big purchase from my mom here. It's the Eco Smart Eco 27 hot water heater. It's a tankless hot water heater. It's about the same price on Amazon as an okay sized hot water tanked heater. For a while these were just ridiculously expensive, but they've actually come down quite a bit. I got this one for less than $500 on Amazon. Although, yet again, I will say the prices go up and down, so just kind of keep an eye on the price. I looked one day, it was over 500, and then I looked a couple days later, it was 400 and something. Close to 500, but it wasn't, you know, it was below 500. Now, forewarning. Couple things. If you do this yourself, it appears that the EcoSmart company will not take care of their warranty. I am no expert. This not only has plumbing involved with it, but it also has high amounts of electrical involved with it. And so, you know, if you're not comfortable doing either one of those things, have this installed by a professional. I am no professional. I don't claim to be. I'm just a DIYer doing it myself with, you know, what I believe is enough knowledge for me to get it done. And in that case, I am not responsible if you hurt yourself or your equipment doing what I'm about to show you. If you don't like the way I'm doing something, definitely don't do it. And yet again, I'm not responsible. What we're going to do is flip through that, and that'll pretty much tell you what you need to know for installation and what you need to know for maintenance and all that kind of stuff.
I have it mounted on the wall where it's going to wind up in the end, or there are a couple screws in the top. It does say a minimum 1-inch screw should be used to hold this up. So you decide what you want to use, because it doesn't come with hard water coming in. Yet again, none of this is ideal. I'm working with what was already here, coming out of the ground, and where the wall was already built going across here. So that is what he left me. Like, it looks like a outside sprinkler system hose of some sort that they use to bring the water from the house over to here. Then I hooked onto that with this piece of flex pipe right here, have my shut off, and then it's coming up and over to the filter. Never mind some of this stuff over here, that's going out to my garage. I don't need to filter a lot of my garage water, so that's why I'm not bothering making this part over here go through the filter. So in your normal situation, you'd be coming out of whatever proper hose that should be coming into your system, feeding to this water filter. Yet again, make sure it's a sediment filter. Over, down, this one goes out yet again to some other stuff, and over this way, up this way, which brings us back to the front here, which comes up over and feeds the cold water into the tank. Filtered cold water into the tank. Now these valves right here, now I could have maybe made a setup like this, but quite honestly, by the time I would have bought everything I needed to make a setup like this, it was cheaper to go to Amazon. I will hopefully be able to put the price I paid at the time for these down on the screen below. And these will allow me to also clean it out, flush out the system. They also have shut-offs on them, so you can, let's see what, there we go, shut-offs and on, shut off and on, a little bit sticky, but regardless, these aren't completely, totally reefed on and set up right, but you can choose what you want to do. With such a small area that I'm working inside of, I needed to get as small amounts of things. If I would have added this piece here and then added a regular shut-off and then tried to add something to flush it out, I might have had a little bit less money, but not by much, and I would have had a big fandangle of stuff here. So I went with this kit, yet again, price below. Water goes in, cold water does its thing, comes out, hot water goes out to whatever sinks and tubs and showers that you have.
and the 2 can be deceiving to some people. There's actually 3 wires. 2 wires that carry power and 1 ground. So you need to make sure you have that. And you need 3 of these, all going to that machine, along with 3 of these, the dual pole 40 amp breakers. You're going to need 3 of these. This is where the wires are coming down through, going into the top, going down here, and this is what you wind up with hanging out if you do it wrong. I'll explain that later. Alright, so here's these ones right here. They're coming out. I've taken the sheath off. I will try and film that for you. I'm just showing you kind of what I'm doing in the box here, so if you can't see everything, you'll kind of know the idea and gist of what I'm doing. Here's where this comes down, and these come over and into here. Your neutral, which is white, so it's not neutral here. I'm going to have to wrap some red tape around that. I should have done that by now, or some something to that extent, because I need to have these marked for my inspector. So I will put some red tape kind of going along here, and then your black one you can just put right in, and these both go into your 40 amp breaker. Then your ground, if you're stupid like me and did this last thing and did everything just right and decided, oh, this is pretty big wire, so I'm going to just use my big loppers to cut these off. I have big wire cutters. So I went in here and I kind of figured out about where it was going to be and lopped off a little bit more. Well, yet again, and I've done this in the past, it happens. Unfortunately, the last thing you're doing, you just kind of run out of talent. At least I do. Anyway, took the rest of the wire nutted it inside the box here, and bring the ground around here up and into the box here, or into the ground here. I don't know. Like I said, last thing I'm doing, brain's just not working real good. Anyhow, so we have a ground. Now, as far as that, you needed to figure that out for yourself. As far as legality, in my state, it is fine. At least right now it is. So hopefully by the time they're able to come and do inspections, that is all okie dokie as well. You'll know, because at the end of this I will tell you whether or not all this passed, because I won't be using it until after the inspection's done. So that is the gist. You got the 2 hot wires going into your 40 amp breaker, well, 40 amp breaker, because this is 100 amp, but that's 40 amp breaker going into there, then your ground going over up where you ground your stuff to. So let's just try and film this and we'll see what happens. Here. Here is the bottom of it here. Now I got the cold water intake, and for these fittings that I'm using that I got off Amazon, if I haven't already put prices and places, I'll put that down below. If I already have, I probably won't. Yet again, this is a few months later since the last shot I did, so bear with me on those things. But I got this piece right here, which adapts this size to the bigger size that I need for the fittings that are in the closet there. So I'm going to stick that on. Now I'm using this T+2 kind of a pipe dope stuff, and I have not had one leak since I started using this stuff. So much better than Teflon tape. Now I will say, it does tell you to use Teflon tape because they don't want a lot of the things like this to go up inside and clog things up. So I am being very careful. And also this stuff it doesn't harden up like some of the other stuff. So it should go through without any problems if there is a little tiny bit here or there. Also, that is where I say I'm not responsible if you do something I do. If you don't like the way I'm doing it, don't do it. So there's that. Messed up. I need to put stuff in here. I forgot that I didn't do these fittings yet either, so I got to pull this off because I pretty much don't have that in there yet to the end, and I need to do this, which so I'm gonna go ahead and put some pipe dope on there, put this back together the way it goes, and I'll be back when I'm back where I was. Alright, I got this sitting in here, and I'm gonna try and mount it and see if I can get the wires up in here. It's definitely higher than I was thinking it was gonna be. But in between there, you don't put the pipe dope in these here. They got this little gasket that goes in these ones. So and I actually did cut the hole right there because to get this off I needed to get some screws. There's 2 screws in the top, 2 screws in the bottom. I think I showed that to you before. We got all this hooked up. The water is actually turned on. No leaks. We are not hooked up to power yet. Now you want to run, let this open up, and then you want to run your hot water for a while and let all the air bubbles and everything clear out of the system. We got our cold water coming in. And yet again, yes, I know this is red, but we're ignoring that. This part's blue at least. And I know this is blue, but we're ignoring that. This is red here. So we're going by what the handles are. Cold water coming in, goes up through. You got your 3 heating elements. I believe only maybe 2 at a time, maybe even only 1 work for a while, and then if it needs it, it kicks on another one and kicks on another one. That goes through there, comes down, and goes to all your hot stuff right there. Actually, right there. This right here is a blow-off valve. If something goes wrong in here, hopefully this will kick open and let the water out. Hopefully down into the drain that's going to be there. At least mostly. So, hopefully we won't have any problems. Honestly, I think that's more for a gas situation. I'm not even sure if this is made for an electrical one, but it was the whole kit. That's how it came, so that's how I'm using it. You'll have to do your own research on that one, but that is how that basically works. It is now time to start throwing some electrical up. I made sure that ended up cutting off at here, but I went ahead and put these in, cut them to size, put them in. I put the black one where the black one is, and this white, normally neutral, where the red one is, and I went ahead and put some red tape around that just for identification purposes. So I put the ground in here. I started doing another one, realized I don't know if it got filmed correctly, so I'm going to keep doing the same thing. White wrapped with red going to red, black to black, same thing with this one. And I'm just doing them one at a time so that I don't mix up this ground with one of these. Now I know that this second ground will also go to these second 2 blocks, and the third ground goes with these third blocks. Just for identification, just so I know what's going on, and hopefully if there's somebody else that's working on it after me, they'll know what's going on as well. Well, YouTube, it's all buttoned up and ready to go. I have tested it, and I had turned it on. You turn this up and down for whatever temperature you want. If you want it off, you turn it off or on. Really simple. Set it, forget it. All said and done, I've tested it. It actually warmed up the water really quick. We don't have very long lines going between here, so your mileage might vary based on how long it takes to warm your water up. But it was super quick to the bathroom behind this wall. So there it be. Alright, thanks for watching Junkworks DIY Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.